Good morning, class 7. I hope you guys are doing great. So, today we are on page 83, English, again on that reader book, literature reader. So, we are on that Oh Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman. So, this story is about Abraham Lincoln when he was shot dead, assassinated. Then we have The Hounds of Baskerville by Arthur Conan Doyle, that's Alfred Hitchcock, or must be Sherlock Holmes. And then The Monkey's Paw by W. W. Jacob. Monkey's Paw is also a nice story. So we'll be doing that. We'll be finished with the reader after that. Okay. So Monkey's Paw is a nice story. It's a type of a drama play type of thing. We have to see what was all that about. And it's a very nice story. We'll go with that. So this is all about Oh Captain, My Captain. This was when the Civil War was going on in America, and John Abraham Lincoln was the president. He became the president of America, and he said he's going to bring freedom, he's going to bring peace, he'll bring harmony to the country, and everyone liked him, and he was a great president. And the first president, I guess, 14th April 1865, the President of the United States, Abraham, he was enjoying a drama, a play in some hall, and he was shot dead at point blank. Point blank range is you just take it close by, there's no range. Point blank, you shoot. And it was by one of his anti people who was there in a theater of his wife's, in the company of his wife. He was sitting with his wife, and in a theater in Washington DC, when he was shot at point blank range by a political enemy called John Wilkes Booth. Lincoln's tragic death at this time was ironic because he had just led the United States of America through a bitter civil war to preserve the unity of the country. Citizens of the United States were plunged into sorrow from celebrating the end of the Civil War. Many poems, songs were written mourning the nation's loss. One American who grieved for the fallen president was the poet Walt Whitman, a great admirer of Lincoln. Lincoln's death inspired Whitman to write one of his most memorable works, a simple 3-stanza poem of sorrow, O Captain, My Captain, which was published in New York Saturday Press in November 1865. Who is the captain? Captain is always called the who leads the ship, captain of the ship. He never disembarks the ship. Disembark is he does not leave the ship before anyone. If there is any problem, he will be staying on the ship. Nothing will go down. He will stay there till the last. The last person to leave the ship is the captain, till everyone is not saved, when there is any problem. So here Abraham Lincoln has been taken as the captain. He said, Oh Captain, my captain, that you have brought us through such a big storm. It's almost ended. You have brought us to port. You have saved us. You have brought us back. But you are not there. It's a sorrowful thing that he had to die like that. At point blank range, shooting someone in front of you and your wife, the condition is very bad. I have seen people getting shot at point blank range when I was in the forces. So it's quite bad. Anyways, Oh Captain, My Captain is an elegy written by Walt Whitman in 1865 to commemorate the death of the president, Abraham Lincoln. It was first published in a sequel to Drum Taps, 1865, a collection of Whitman's poems inspired the events of the American Civil War. So we will not do history here. The poem is perhaps Whitman's most famous, which was ironic since it was a far more conventional in meter, form and subject than much of Whitman's other work. Although some critics have suggested that Whitman regretted ever writing Oh Captain, My Captain. Okay. Now the full text. Oh Captain, my captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people are exulting. While follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Oh captain, my captain, our journey, our hard journey is over. The ship has survived every storm, and we have won the prize we have been fighting for. The port is closed, and I hear bells ringing and people celebrating. All their eyes are upon the steady ship, that the bold and brave vessel. But oh, my heart's heart, heart, oh, look at the drops of blood on the deck, where my captain is lying cold and dead. Oh, my captain, captain, get up and listen to the bells. Get up, they are waving the flag for you. They are playing the bugle for you. They have brought bouquets and wreaths with ribbons for you. All these people are crowding on the shore for you. The swaying crowd is calling you, and all the people's eager faces turning towards you. Here, captain, my dear father, I will put my arm under your head. I must be dreaming that on the deck you are lying cold and dead. My captain isn't answering me. His lips are pale and unmoving. My father doesn't feel my arm beneath his head, since he has no pulse nor or consciousness. The ship has anchored safely and its journey is over. After this hard journey, the victorious ship has returned with its prize. Let the crowd celebrate and the bells ring. Meanwhile, I will slowly and sadly walk across the deck where my captain is lying cold and dead. Very sweet poem. He's taken John Abraham Lincoln as the captain of the ship. Captain means the captain of the poem of America. America is the ship and he's the captain. Okay. So, what happens here is, he's trying to show his love for this captain. Isn't it? He's trying to show his love, and he's saying that everyone is here. So when he died, actually, people had come with flowers, chanting his name. Oh, Lincoln, 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 you have brought us out. And I see that you are lying dead here. Right. So he's what's going to happen now? We have won the battle, but you are not responding. You are not telling me anything because you are lying dead here. Am I dreaming that you are lying dead? Why is this? What is going to happen to me? You are leaving us and going away. We have crossed this part. Here, oh captain, my captain is symbolized. A captain who dies in his ship has reached the end of a stormy and dangerous voyage. The captain represents Abraham Lincoln, who was assassinated just as the Civil War was ending. Isn't it? So everyone is trying to mourn. They are the poem compromises sentiments, at the demise of his captain, at the demise of the president of a country. The speaker admires his captain for the victory they have won, for the victory they have won together. The major themes, word meanings you will find. It's in your book. I'm not here to do word meanings. The speaker admires his captain for the victory they have won together. The major theme that runs through the poem is the death of Abraham Lincoln at the end of the Civil War, which deprived the United States of this great president. Each stanza gives us a clue about the war. Although the fearful trip ends, bells are ringing, the captain is no more to enjoy his victory. There is some metaphors in the poem. First metaphor is captain, used in the first lines that run through the poem. Here captain is Abraham Lincoln, who loses his life in the battle. Second metaphor is voyage, which presents the Civil War. The journey of the voyage is full of tests and trials. But now the ship is nearing the port, represents the timeline of the Civil War. The third metaphor, the ship represents the United States that has undergone the Civil War. Okay. You have to understand what is so personification about this poem. Whitman has used personification to give human qualities to lifeless objects. What is personification? It's a figure of speech in which the idea or a thing is given human attributes. It tries to give a human identification to it. It's common in a form of metaphor, in that human characteristics attributed to non-human things, it's made as animals. It tries to allow, this allows to create life into motion into inanimate objects. Okay, that is called personification. You bring it into a person, into a life, you bring it live. He personifies the walk of the speaker as a mournful tread, because he cannot live without his captain. I'm going to walk now, my life is going to go on with a lot of sorrows, I cannot live without you. He's personified the shores in the line 21 where it is stated, "Exult, O shores." As if the shores are human. Seashores, when the ship comes in, people start there, waving there. So the shores are the people, are humans. Exalt. Exult in. Exult, O shores. Become happy. Blow the trumpets of victory. And they are going to blow the trumpets of victory. Now he's used that imaginary word called cold and dead. Lips are pale and still, beating drops of red, and mournful tread. Powerful words. These words make us know that that person is dead. The captain is dead. Then we have this apostrophe. To call somebody or something from afar. To call his dead captain, the phrase, "Oh, my captain, my captain." He's calling. He's showing the attachment, express of love of the people of America with the President of America. Alliteration is a repetition of the same consonant sounds in the same lines of poetry, such as F in the flag is flung and the sound safe and sound. Word S, the consonant sound S, safe and sound. Flag is flung, safe and sound. Excuse me. It shows the poet has demonstrated and effectively, what do you say, effectively demonstrated his love for military heroes who have sacrificed for the American glory. This has come to the full poem, you have to know. You know, so that is what is all about. It's like that. It gives us the full information of this poem. Okay. So he's saying that he's dead and he's very sad. That my captain is gone away. It has got three stanzas. In the stanza, he's shouting with sheer excitement to the ship's captain about making it home safe and sound. The ship, after enduring such tough storms, I'll come back in the next video.